Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. It's not the morning, but I'm going to ring the bell anyways because that's the sound of gains. Yes, that's right. Bitcoin has finally pumped above 36,000. What is coming next for Bitcoin? You won't believe it. So let's talk about what the hell's going on tonight and what to expect for the remainder of this week. Let's do this. Welcome, 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 guys. Just look at that marvelous chart, that Bitcoin chart that is going up and up and up and up and up right now. At 36.3. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We're getting pretty close to that next resistance, which is around 36.9. Okay, around 37,000. We're getting close. Okay, now we know for a while that this was going to happen. At least I did. I told you guys to stay strong, to stay focused, to stay hard. Yes, I did say that this morning. But you know what? Yeah, we're there. We're there, right? We're at this next leg up. Let's see where we end up. Can we hit 36.9 by the end of this stream or tonight? Maybe within this stream. Let's see. Okay, it's looking pretty good. The entire market cap is coming up. But why? Why did this happen? Why all of a sudden? Okay, well, because we got some new information about spot Bitcoin ETFs. And I already covered this morning, but this is a new narrative now that within the next week, starting tomorrow, November 9th to the 17th, there is a very high probable chance, according to many, that the SEC will approve all 12 Bitcoin spot ETFs. This is the time to do it before the end of the year. Okay, and the reason why they want to do this is because this way they can approve all at the same time rather than try to approve one or another or, you know, it's all staggered and they don't want to do that. They rather just pick, you know, a deadline and say, okay, this is approved, everything is improved, right? Now, I already covered this. A lot of analysts, including ones from Bloomberg, already said that this is the time. Now, if this somehow passes and there's no spot Bitcoin ETF approval, well, then we have to wait until January. And then it's going to be, according to them, a 90% chance that it will be approved, or all of them will be approved in January, right? But we have a really, really, really good chance, I think 50-50, maybe over 50% chance that we will get the very first, not only the very first, but 12 simultaneous approvals for the very first Bitcoin spot ETFs. Okay, now, I already covered that this morning, but there's something else that came out, right, that made this seem more likely, more possible, okay, and that, well, no, not that. That's this guy right here, Grayscale CEO. He came out to interview today saying that we're continuing to have dialogue with SEC and remain optimistic that we will get through any final hurdles, which means that the SEC is taking this very, very seriously. Okay, they have no ammunition to fight back with. They already lost the lawsuit. They lost the appeal. So they have to do this. So they are working with Grayscale very, very hard right now, it seems like, to get this done. So if Grayscale is going to get the approval within the next week, within this day, well, then that means all 12 will probably be approved. I believe this is the reason why. There's just more enthusiasm over, oops, I just removed that all of a sudden. There's just more enthusiasm over this, right? That like this is actually happening. This is not theoretical. Those of you guys that's been with me for a while, we know we've been talking about spot Bitcoin ETFs since 2017. Back then, it was just not a reality. Just no way in hell it was going to get approved. But this has been pending since 2017 all the way until now, 5 years later, and we are about to get it. Get all of it, right? And that's going to lead to very good things. Very good things. Like I said, if it doesn't happen within the next week, there's, according to Bloomberg, there's a 90% chance it's going to happen by January 10th of 2024. If you think about it, that's not too long. That's only 2 months away. Okay, so even if we don't get it, think about it, we'll probably still have a Santa rally. We probably will still see a major move in December because the probability of a spot Bitcoin ETF coming in early January is around the corner, right? So we're in kind of like a win-win situation right now. We just got out of October, and I told you guys, get ready for Pumpvember. And yeah, we're starting to see that effect already. And I don't know what to call December yet, but I know Christmas is around the corner, and Santa rally tends to happen, especially on years when we are recovering, right? So you put it all together, and then you throw 12 spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. Bitcoin is going to go way, way, way higher. Way higher, okay? This is why I tell you guys, I mean, this is quite simply the easiest way to look at Bitcoin, okay? If you're measuring Bitcoin in days, you'll see volatility, and there will be days where it goes down. You measure in years, then you realize that volatility kind of goes away, and then you just realize Bitcoin is just going upwards. But if you're measuring decades, which really you can't because Bitcoin has only been around for 1 decade, it's basically going astronomically upwards. And that is not going to change. That's why I keep telling you guys, I don't focus day to day. I don't focus even week to week or month to month, although it's hard to live through a very bad quarter or 2 quarters, whatever. I focus on years because I've been in this space for so long, and so many of you guys have too. And some of you guys, unfortunately, haven't been through a bull run. But if you held out this long and you got through 2022, you could get through anything. 2022 was actually the longest extended downturn that we have ever had for Bitcoin. The most days ever in any cycle. So if you got through 2022, you're going to be just fine. And strap on and get ready because the bull run is coming. I take that back. We're already in bull run, but the parabolic phase of the bull run is coming, right? So that is what it's looking like right now. I showed you guys this chart this morning from Mags. This is 100% accurate right now. There are times in Bitcoin's history where it's pretty obvious, actually in hindsight less obvious, but during the times they're not, right? But you have sell moments and you have buy moments. And if you gave this chart and you told someone that had nothing, no clue about Bitcoin, has no knowledge of anything about Bitcoin, if you showed them this and you ask them, what do you think? Is this a good time to buy or sell? They would definitely say, yeah, this is the time to be loading up. This is the time to be buying Bitcoin, right? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to look at the patterns. What happens after buy 1, buy 2? What happens when we get to the halving event? And more importantly, what happens after the halving event? We go up in a major way. And then you compound that with the quadfecta year next year. It's going to be marvelous. So this is why we hodl, right? Why we're in the game, to achieve financial freedom or life-changing wealth, right? This is why we're in it. And days like today makes it so much easier, right? Makes it so much easier. Everyone's happy. And tonight, I'm going to show you my DCA portfolio. It's looking pretty darn good. It's looking pretty darn good. But besides Bitcoin, right? Obviously, Bitcoin's riding the ETA wave right now. But alts are certainly making big moves right now as well. I tweeted out the Link Marines are strong. Chainlink, unless you've been living under a rock, Chainlink has been, I don't know why all these have to refresh, but Chainlink has been on fire, and it continues to move upwards, right? And that's just one example. Solana has also been on fire, and many others have been on fire as well. So not only is Bitcoin going up, but a lot of the alts are starting to come back and starting to heat up, right? And this is why I went through the top 100 with you guys just a few days ago. Because when Bitcoin heats up, the entire market heats up, and when we finally get to the peak and altcoin season really starts, that's when you'll truly see the power of pump days, I guess, or gains that you get from the alts, because they are phenomenal, unbelievable, and you won't believe what comes next, really, when it comes to alts. So Chainlink is doing fantastic right now. Why are they doing fantastic? Well, institutional interest is skyrocketing. Grayscale has a Chainlink trust, and the premium is at 200%. So institutions are actually buying in, not just the retail investors. You figure with something like Chainlink, it's just retail. No, institutions also want to buy in. Vodafone, which is one of the biggest telecoms on the planet, has partnered up with Chainlink to utilize their CCIP protocol to transfer documents. So that's fantastic. So you have real-world use, real-world major corporations using Chainlink. And not only that, of course, inside the crypto space, literally every single DeFi project and all major chains are connected to Chainlink. That's why it's doing so well right now. People are flocking to Chainlink. But, of course, not just Chainlink. Other protocols like Polygon is doing very well. This morning, someone asked me about, what do you think about this partnership with Near? Okay, basically, Near Foundation, which is another L1, they're doing pretty well as well. They're partnering with Polygon to build out their ZK solution, which will help them scale even more and bring interoperability, right? So this is also happening. Polygon is starting to heat up. Near Foundation or Near Protocol is starting to heat up, right? All fantastic. Fantastic stuff. And speaking of Polygon, you got games and NFT marketplaces, Magic Eden, which is NFT marketplaces, right? There's a lot, and brands, there's just so much on. There's so much on Polygon. So that's why I've always said Polygon is one of my favorite L1, L2s, right? But yeah, it's not just those two. It's not just Near or Polygon or Link. You got ADA. ADA starting to heat up. Not as much, but guess what they're leading in? They're leading in development. Cardano, Polkadot, Kusama, Hedera, Aptos, right? You got Chainlink on there, you got Cosmos, you got Ethereum. Some of the biggest chains out there, you're starting to see activity heat up because, yeah, they just continue to build, continue to make partnerships, right? They're not giving up, and that's what you want. That's what you want during boring times, right? When people aren't paying attention, you build a foundation, you're setting the stage for when the bull market comes, you know. So Cardano is coming up, Polkadot. A lot of people ask me about Polkadot. I don't really hear much about Polkadot, but it's pretty amazing that their developer activity is this high, along with Kusama too. And a lot of you guys have asked me about Hedera. They're up there as well, right? And my partner, Karate Combat, they're on top of Hedera. And Aptos and everyone else, right? So right now, it's looking good. The market is heating up. Bitcoin is still heating up. You know, it would be amazing if we could break through 36.9 by the end of this, by the end of the stream. We'll see. We're like halfway there. We're really, really close. And speaking of which, oh, liquidations. I forgot to show you guys liquidations. Just within the last hour alone, we have right here, 46 million liquidated. And then you got like 5 million, 4 million, 4 million, 4 million, right? A lot of shorts. Like, look at it. It's mostly red. I mean, seriously, who is out there throwing a 20 or 30 or 50x short on Bitcoin right now? You're literally asking to be liquidated. So within just the last few hours, you have more than 50, 60 million of shorts liquidated. And if Bitcoin continues to move up, we will get a lot more shorts or shorters getting wrecked. And that's okay. When they get wrecked, we get more short squeezes, energize, the prices upwards, right? But like, seriously, who would dare to short Bitcoin right now, especially with the spot Bitcoin approval right around the corner? Like, it doesn't even make a whole lot of sense, right? All right, so yeah, it's all looking good, guys. So today is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I gotta make sure, right? I see a lot of people sending large super chats. Thank you. I don't want, I gotta check it. I see Wazim sending a large $30 super chat, first time on stream. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. And then Dark asked about, or Molly sent a super chat. Dark and I asked about partnership with Cardano and DOT. I did not see any partnership with Cardano and DOT. Okay. Am I still a fan of Cardano? No. I talked about that. But before I get to any more questions, let's check my DCA portfolio because it is Wednesday. Let's refresh this. Okay. So 24 hours. You can see this trajectory, right? Like it was pretty flat and then it started really moving. Okay. So the last 24 hours, up 3%. Not bad. What about the week? 7%. Not bad. A month, 44%. That's looking good. 3 months, 34%. 6 months, 47%. 1 year at a staggering 175%. Okay? Which means a lot of you guys, right? You're probably in the same boat. You're either near even or you are already in the green, right? So unfortunately, I have some that have not moved yet, but they will. But all time, I'm down about 10% only now. Okay? Keep in mind, I've been running this $100 every week since the top. Since 2021, I've been running this, okay? So I've been DCing with you guys from the very top all the way to the very bottom till now. 1 more week to go. This portfolio will break even, and then we will be in the green. And quite simply, not doing anything fancy with this DCA portfolio. Just $100 a week. That's $400 a month. I think for most working individuals, professionals, you could definitely achieve that, okay? And watch out. By the end of this cycle, this 14,000 can easily be at 140,000, maybe even 200,000 by the end of this cycle. So think about that. Okay, it's going to be amazing. And once that happens, I'm going to show clips of the downtimes, okay, when this was around 14,000, because that's the whole point of this. I'm going to prove to you guys that DCA works. And I know a lot of you guys know DCA works already, but I'm going to prove it to you guys that DCA works long-term without any fancy trading. You just have to stick with the right coins and Bitcoin, and you'll do just fine. Okay, so got to add another $100 to this. What to buy? A lot of these are already in the green. Bitcoin is in green. This is all time now. This is going all the way back to 2021. So Bitcoin's already in the green. Ethereum is in the green. Solana is in the green. XRP is in the green. Chainlink is in the green. Now, Injective's in the green. Fetch AI is in green. They've been doing very well, but a lot of these, unfortunately, have not moved yet. So, Optimism has been really, really hot. They're near Sheeb, Pepe. Pepe's only minus 14. Sheeb has been really stagnant. Up here, what else is there? Stacks is getting close. Arbitrum is getting close. Avalanche and Cardano still about 40-something% away, which makes me think that they could be potential clients or targets to be moving upwards soon. Also, Polygon about down 22%. You know, this week I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna put a little bit more into Bitcoin. So I'm going to split it 3 ways. Bitcoin, Avalanche, and Cardano. Because these two are still down vastly. But you know what? Let's do it. And I don't want to miss out on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going to lead the way. So I'm going to add $33 of Bitcoin. 371. Man, it's getting harder and harder to calculate. I can't even calculate the zeros here. how do I divide this up? 30 divided by 637. Okay. 0.00091. So that's $33. All right. And then let's add Avalanche here. Add transaction. I do like Avalanche a lot too. 13 by 1 by 7. So that's 2.5 exactly. And then let's add a little bit of Cardano. I like Cardano too. 5.365. So that is 90.41. All right. So keep it simple. Big caps, Avalanche, Cardano. They're still down. And then a little bit more into Bitcoin, right? So hopefully by this time next week, this portfolio will be at even. And then from there on out, we'll just see nothing but greens until the end of 2025. And I love to see this number at 140,000, 200,000 by the end of 2025, right? So that's going to be very exciting. Very exciting indeed. All right, let's do some Q&A. And Bitcoin is still holding strong at 36.3 right now. We just need a little bit more push, a little bit more shorts getting wrecked, and then we'll be right there. All right, let's do some do a Q&A. All right. Let me see. I got to scroll up. Let me see if I missed anything else. Echoes, just so I answered you very quickly before Q&A. You asked, am I a fan of Cadena? I said no because I didn't like what was happening behind the scenes with the team and so forth. So I need to see more from them before I get back on their bandwagon. Jeff Warden gifted 1 membership. Thank you very much. Sending you a link on Discord for ADA.partnership. Okay, I'll check it out later. 9 to 12K Soloway. Okay. I'm not going to comment on that. VeChain also seeing some gains. VeChain still should not be in the 30s. Should be a lot higher than number 36. Glad to see they are making some moves, right? Is 3x leverage safe to hold for the next 2 years and add more dips? Any leverage is not as safe as no leverage. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If we do have a catastrophic drop, that 3x leverage will liquidate you. If you don't have leverage, you can never get liquidated. You'll always hold on to what you bought, right? So just keep that in mind. There's always a risk. There's never no risk with leverage. Do you think credit cards like BlockFi offering BTC back and rewards will have a return? Yes, I do think so. I do think there are other systems already. There are other... Actually, I think Gemini might have a credit card already. So, possibly. I think I'm pretty sure they exist already. Just a reminder, those of you guys that want to have a little fun in Vegas, make sure to grab a ticket this December, IFC kickoff party. I'm going to be there. The IFC fighters will be there. Karate Combat will be there. Other influencers will be there. Other projects will be there. It's going to be a good time in Vegas. Remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Have you heard of the interoperable blockchain game Illuvium? Tokenomics and price action looks promising. Yes. Any thoughts on it? Yes, of course. I've gotten off the Illuvium bandwagon. It looked promising back in 2021, and it's still not done yet. And the reason why it's nowhere close to its previous highs is because the game they promised that was going to be out soon is still not done. When they released their full-fledged game and it's amazing, then let's talk. But they're just nowhere close. Or they overpromised, let's say. Jacob said, 27-year-old, no bills, 90% exposure to Bitcoin, Chainlink, XRP, Injective, and some Alex Becker low cap picks. Well, thanks for that statement. That's not a question, but okay. Wazim, another large super chat. I'm not new. You are honorable, man. Thank you. Wi-Fi map. Wi-Fi map. It's 2 million in market cap on Polygon. Not the greatest exchanges. There's 2 websites. I don't know which one to click on. A Web3 internet super app is building a connectivity super app in Web3. This doesn't really explain what it does. Connected free Wi-Fi in 200 countries. Oh, it's trying to build a mesh network. It sounds like a lot like Helium. And maybe you throw some Foursquare in there, right? Something like that. Maybe you throw a little dent in there for eSIM. I don't know. It could be fine. It's just really, 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 really early. Really early. If you're taking out profits as you go, will you lose on any profit? Yeah, of course. Of course. That's why taking profits is the hardest thing to do, because everyone does not want to lose out on potential gains. But sometimes you just need to do it. You need to make sure you got cash on the side in case there is a drop, right? Or you need to DCA. You need to have that cash on the side. Devin, is there any way to track up-and-coming small caps? Wish there was a top 100 moving coins. Show past week's positions instead of price gains per okay. Yeah, they do have that, but they're all pump and dumps. Go to Dex Tools. I don't know if it's dextools.io. You go to Dex Tools and it'll show you all the. It's down now. Okay, here we go. Yeah, daily gainers, the hot pairs, right? And basically you can sort it by 24 hours and then, volume. It's kind of like that, but most of it are pump and dump meme coins, new coins that people produce, right? And you could also sort. I don't know if you know this, but you could also sort and filter this, right? You could add filters and say if you wanted, I don't know, certain categories or a certain market cap, like below, if you wanted small caps, you could do below 50 million. And then you could also sort it that way by 7 days or something, right? Devin, yeah, I don't know if you know that, but you could sort CMC. I think that's what you're looking for, actually. Can BPro recover? I don't know, because they're not the same company. They sold out to a larger company, and the founders are no longer leading the project, so probably not. You should legit do 1 episode a month on a DJ meme coin for fun through a bull market. You know what? I was actually thinking about that. I was actually thinking about not me doing it, but getting a meme coin expert as a host on CRU+. I think that would be pretty fun, right? Of course, you got to take everything with a grain of salt or a boatload of salt, because meme coins can pump and dump. But if there are a few that turn out to be great, it could be the next Pepe or next Shiba this cycle. I was actually thinking about it today. I don't think that's a bad idea. What's the future on Bitcoin DeFi, on sidechain RSK? I don't hear a lot about RSK. Rootstock. All the DeFi I've seen so far are on top of stacks. So I don't know how RSK is going to do, to be honest. Do you think AMP could go back to all-time highs? Probably not. Because if you look at AMP, I checked out their website last time. They're not the same company anymore. They don't have a safe flux anymore. So they rebranded themselves as something completely different. So I'm going to say probably not. Jose, I saw your picture that you tweeted me. Your outside basketball court and paddleboard court. It looks really good. You must have a huge yard because it looked like it was in the middle of nowhere, but it looked good. But you're right. After 2025, I can't make promises that I'll be here. I'll travel the world with my yacht after 2025. What's the first car you ever owned? It was a Dodge Colt Vista. It was a rebranded Mitsubishi Colt Vista. It was like a very ugly station wagon. I forgot what year. Like a 1991 or something like that. But yeah, it got me to and from high school pretty well. I went to a very rich high school. So everyone there was driving like, you know, the Lexus RX 300, the ML 350, which just came out, and everyone was driving, you know, their fast sports cars like the Mustang and Camaros and the 3000 GT and the Eclipse Turbo, right? And I was driving a shitty Dodge Colt Vista. Let me pull it up because I think most people don't know what a Colt Vista is. It's a station wagon one. Yeah, that's what it was right there. Yeah, this bad boy right here. That's what I was driving. It got me. It got me to high school. Okay. Why can't you live stream from your yacht? I guess I could. The question is, do I want to? Why would I want to? I probably will start. I'll probably still continue streaming. I'm just joking. I'll be streaming forever. Can you do a video on which tokens will be released and when? How? I don't know. Like which tokens? There's hundreds of tokens being released per day. Oh, it looks like it's Bitcoin's about to go up again. Jordan, what I drive now, a Model X Plaid, which is a decent car. I like the fact that I don't have to carry a key around. It's plenty fast. I don't have to fill it with gas. People like the Falcon door still, though my kids do not. So it's a decent car. But I want to trade it in for a G-Wagon. Are you the most successful person from my high school? I don't know. My high school is, like I said, a lot of rich kids. Their parents are all doctors, lawyers, businessmen. So I don't know. Maybe some of them are a lot more successful than me. I don't know. Jordan, need more stacks because it'll be the future. Upgrade is soon. Will be fast and decentralized. Okay. Keep in mind, guys. I just want you guys to know that this this DCA portfolio is a sample portfolio. That's not my real actual portfolio. Okay. But I did it to prove a point. Because first of all, I don't want you guys to copy trade me, so that's why I did a sample portfolio. And second of all, it was to prove, because I've been DCAing for a long time, since 2017. Okay, so I did that one in peak mid of 2021 when the market was soaring high. So the point of that was to prove that DCA works in the long term, right? So just to clarify that. My portfolio is a lot bigger than 14,000 that it shows. What do you think about Ethereum Swarm? I'm sorry, never heard of it. Because the space will not be the same. You know, I'm giving you guys all that I know, all my knowledge, and hopefully you could take with that and run, right? Ben says you bought too much ADA. You bought 90 ADA with $33. I don't know. Okay, maybe I bought a little more. So what? Let's just be. I bought a little more ADA. Big whoop. Pepe Lord. Pepe will flip Doge. No, it won't. Not this cycle. Not any cycle, I don't think. Would you get a helicopter on your yacht? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kidding about the yacht. I don't really enjoy boats. Like, you know. I don't know if I would enjoy a yacht, to be honest. Samsung, I have to, because there's a lot of people that are asking. I just saw someone up on top saying, you only have $14,000? I'm like, you know, I guess a lot of people are new now. They're coming in. They don't know who I am, right? I've been in this space for a long time, so sometimes I do have to explain it. But you know what? Bitcoin's looking pretty good. Come on. We just need another 500 points, right, to get up here. That I think after we get here, we'll have to consolidate a little bit, wait for a spot Bitcoin ETF approval, right? I don't even know what comes after 37,000. Let's just chart it. Even though I don't like charting it, but where will we be after 37,000? Like, we have to go all the way back to 2022 here. So, gotta zoom in. Shoot, let's move back. Okay, so we gotta zoom in over here. So, if we're breaking 37,000, probably maybe over here. Yeah, 39,000, I would say. Yeah, if we break 37, next stop will be 39. Yeah, we got a couple resistance, a couple points stopping points right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Yeah, it'll be 39. Let's just draw a line. Let's draw. Everyone loves lines. Horizontal line right here. There we go. All right. Yeah, so after 37, 39. I have to be honest, Joe Lamas, I hate the Bears. They all thought they were so smart calling for 12K, but then they got lucky because of Black Swan events. They could never have predicted RIP. I'm not going to say the name. But this is what I say about lines, okay? They work until they don't. Especially with Bitcoin and crypto, the market, the liquidity is still relatively small compared to, say, the equity market. So it could swing wildly from one day to another. And you have some macro factors that definitely play into it. And then you have good news. Like, I don't care what the lines say. The lines could show the most bearish time coming up for Bitcoin. And it shows that Bitcoin's going to drop to a rock, go down a cliff, right? Like a rock. But if we get a spot Bitcoin ETF approval tomorrow, Bitcoin's going to skyrocket no matter what the signals and indicators tell you, right? That's just the reality. That's why I focus on the fundamentals, which are outstanding for Bitcoin. You could argue the strongest fundamentals it ever had in its history. If you're looking at hash rate, address count, the number of long-term holders, number of holders in general, the reserves dropping, right? Everything that you can measure with Bitcoin, fundamentals is near or at all-time high. And then you compound that with macro factors, right? What the Fed is doing, what the dollar is doing. And then you compound that with the halving event, spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Like, you can't ignore these things. You put it all together, you just know where Bitcoin's going to go. I'm sorry, I'm not going to look up Ethereum Swarm. That just sounds horrible. Any alt that utilizes another famous alt's name within it, generally speaking, are all bad. I don't know if there actually is one that's actually good. Maybe Ethereum Classic, but Ethereum Classic was actually the original Ethereum. So, but besides that, every single Bitcoin, any altcoin that has Bitcoin in the name is garbage. Another big super chat, Wasm. I am from Lebanon, drinking whiskey, red label. You got to upgrade that to at least black label. Red label is just nasty. I was drinking gold, double black, but now I like red label. I think you just got used to it during the crypto winter. You need to upgrade to blue label. Gerald, come on now. I'm not going to repeat what you said, but yeah. Julio says, George, if Link hits triple digits, are you wearing a top hat and monocle during stream? Triple digits, huh? Link, man, it has to do like a 8x. You know, that's not unreasonable. It's actually not unreasonable. I could see how Link could be above 100 by the end of this cycle. I know the number. Keep in mind, numbers, the market cap numbers in crypto are very inflated. They always have been and they will be, right? So you take that into account, and then you look at how high it was before. Chainlink was like $40, I think, before at all-time high. No, $50, right? So can it double its previous high to $100 this time? I think that's a real possibility. I don't think that's far-fetched. Now, if you're telling me, will it hit $1,000, or asking me if it's going to hit $1,000, then the answer is no. But $100, yeah, I think that's real. Len just gifted another membership. Welcome. How did it feel when you first touched 100K in crypto, Brianna? Like it was an impossibility. When I first got into crypto, I was dead broke. I lost so much money in 2008 and 2000. So when I first got into crypto, I was really broke. So building up to that first 100,000 seemed like impossible, right? I started just with a few thousand. And then, over time, it became tens of thousands. And then in the bull market in 2017, it became hundreds of thousands, right? So it was a wild time. It was a wild time. That was the first time I actually sat through a full bull run. And then I learned my lesson, It went down. I didn't do that much profit taking, right? So I had a very hard time buying the bottom. But I still did what I can in 2018, 19, 20, right? Do what I can to power through, and DCA, and 2021 really changed my life. Aaron, thank you. You must do some videos on how to do your taxes for crypto. Well, it's not so taxes for crypto is easy. You just use a tax software, okay? Like Coinly, for example, or Coin Tracker or Coin Tracking. It'll calculate all your profits and losses. It'll tell you your gains. But what comes after that is hard. If you want, a lot of people like move out of the country or something to avoid taxes. No, you just have to find it, how to do it, how to deduct taxes legally. And you have to have a business in order to do that, right? So you have to start a business, and it could be whatever you want, right? And just make sure that your accountant, knows how to, how to deduct, right, for the business expenses. That's key, right? So, yeah, so it's all part of that. So get a good accountant, start a business, and then she'll advise you, or he or she will advise you on what to do. But there's a lot of things that could be considered a business expense. For example, cars, business cars, meals, travel, your equipment, your home office, your internet bill. There's so much that could go into it. Polkadot to $100. I'm going to say no. I'm not the biggest fan of Polkadot, to be honest. So to do a 20x from here, is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? Less likely than, I don't know. 20x maybe, but I'm not the biggest fan. Not the biggest fan of Polkadot. And Bitcoin is still going. 36.5. Man, let's see it hit over here. Jimmy Zong left you a cold wallet full of BTC. I wish. I found a ledger that contained 100,000 Bitcoins in there. Thoughts on God being a layer 1? Jay, you keep spamming that. I have no thoughts about it being a layer 1. I just have thoughts about the founders suing each other. That's my only thoughts about Gala right now. They need to stop that. For the betterment of the project, so people get some relief, they need to stop those lawsuits. I need another beer or something. Man, I've been streaming for a long time. I think it might be time to call it a night. Bitcoin is still doing good. I bet when I sign off, Bitcoin is going to pump again to like 37,000. The George effect is in, so we already had this pump. A lot of times when I sign off, we get another pump. Or we come down. But we'll see. Right now, Bitcoin is clearly still looking like it wants to move more. There's so much momentum. In case you guys missed it, why there's so much momentum right now is all due to the spot ETFs. So starting from tomorrow to the 17th, there's a really good chance that all 12 filings will be approved. So I think that's the reason. A lot of people are stocking up before. And what happens if we get a spot Bitcoin ETF approval? I mean, from our current level now, it would not be unreasonable to think that over a course of a week, we may go up 10,000 points. So considering we're at 36.5, could we end up to like 45,000 after approval? I think that's really possible. We may end the year around, if that happens, we might end the year at like 50, 55,000 if we get a spot Bitcoin ETF approval within the next week. I mean, just think about that. What do you think about joystick and DeFi? Aaron, sorry, I've never heard of those. Squid Grow. Yeah, no. No. I'm going to be nice and just say no. Because if I really shared my thoughts, it would hurt a lot of people. Is there another no KYC on-off ramp like SkipShift? I'd never even heard of that. There are a lot of exchanges, foreign exchanges, that do have no KYC on or off ramp. So I don't know if that's what you're looking for, or you're looking for something. I don't know what skipshift.io is. Skip the question, shift control. Allows anyone to swap fiat and crypto and back using 100% decentralized infrastructure. That's kind of what I guessed. But, yeah. So why are you asking for another one if this one is so good? I don't know. I don't know. Alchemy Pay, maybe? I think Alchemy Pay, ACH, could do it. I don't know if they're really decentralized, though. But they are in that space. Fiat. Yeah, this is exactly what they're doing. They help you buy, but do they help you cash out? They're in 173 countries and being used by a lot of places. They help you buy, but can you do the opposite? No, I don't think they're off ramp. They have to be off ramp. Here, on and off ramps. Here we go. But this is helping projects do off ramps, but they themselves do not. So the answer is no, I don't. Not in a decentralized manner. Justa, you used to be a fan of Cadena. Any changes? Yes. The founders suck. The team sucks. I don't know how many times I have to say that, because it seems like every single stream someone asks me, why do you not like Cadena? What do you think about Cadena? Quite simply, too much drama internally. They pissed off all their third-party vendors, and basically that's what happened. So, yeah, I'm off the Cadena bandwagon until they prove otherwise. They get past the FUD. They bring back their old partners and onboard new partners. I'm not going to be on board Cadena anymore. And by Capric, Alluvium, someone asked about that earlier. I'm going to say no. They made too many big promises, like finishing up the game, and it's still not done. So the answer is no. Thoughts on Husky being over 20%? Answer is no. I mean, just look at your name, the #1 Husky fan. So, of course, you are just trying to get me to shill it, and I'm going to say no. Because it's a meme coin, right? I don't even know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's a meme coin. But just to be sure. Is this it? It's 1.33 million. Is this even the right one? Or Husky Inu? Yeah, I'm not going to look at that. All right. Have a good night, guys. Bitcoin is doing well. ETF enthusiasm. And we may get approval within this next week. Okay. So, smash it all like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Enjoy your gains. More to come. Take care. Bye-bye.